Bjorn Ironside and his Viking army have arrived in the Mediterranean, and they are here to raid and pillage and burn all that they can not take, and they're taking all the wealth that they can back to their homelands in Scandinavia. And this is, the Viking raid of Seville in 844 AD. That was when the Vikings attacked the Emirate of Granada. In history, actually, this was a Viking defeat. The Emirate of Granada managed to expel the invaders and retake and hold on to their city. Even though the Vikings probably wouldn't have taken it for conquest, they were merely here out of wealth, wanting wealth and gold and stuff like that. But yes, this is a 6-4-2 scenario for you guys today, and this is certainly an interesting one. It is a large army and fleet, as you can see here, being brought by the Vikings to attack the Muslim forces here of the Emirate of Granada. So yes, if you're enjoying seeing 6-4-2 scenarios at the moment, I'd love to see some more involving the Vikings. And do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment to show your support. As always, guys, thank you for all the support and keep it up. As you can see here, the Muslims have already engaged. I don't know if this was their plan with the fire ships, or it was that we closed the gap. I don't know. But as you can see, the Vikings are now onto the ships, and they're going to start cutting down this crew like no problem at all. There is a ramming ship over here which could do a lot of damage, and that certainly could be a threat. As you can see, we've got berserkers here getting ready to go on. And so the Vikings are attacking by land and by sea, as you can see here. And the sea army, or the navy, is certainly doing very, very well at the moment, routing most of these fire ships, as their crew is just tiny in comparison. Also, they are not going to stop these huge axes. Because unfortunately, he ran into my my Huscarl units first, which is unfortunate for him. And I think they've actually, they've already managed to win this fight here. You can see the swords already getting back on their ship. But yes, so this is certainly an interesting one. I've obviously been a big fan of the series of Vikings and be doing a lot of Viking scenarios. I thought, let's do another one. Let's try and mix it up. Let's have the Vikings fight the Muslims, which obviously they do a fair amount in Spain. They actually come down from France apparently, and they from Normandy, and then they raid Spain, the southern parts of Spain. So Bjorn also does, I believe, raid Spain temporarily. Certainly does in the Viking series. I don't know if I presume he stopped in Spain or the Balearics on his way to Italy. As you can see, we have Kushite mounted Shotel here. It should be very nice. But yeah, so this will be an interesting one to see. The Vikings, the Viking fleet, though, is supposed to hold off and for a certain amount of time until the Viking armies have engaged, just to kind of obviously force the Muslims to engage their armies, and then the Vikings can come swiftly in and engage. Obviously, this fleet still has got a rough time because all the Muslims have to do is really put 4 units, 3 units in fact, in choke points, and they can just stop the Viking assault from the sea basically pretty easily. And they have a catapult, so they could actually sink quite a lot of ships here. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. This is also a replay that I did with a load of subs on the Discord. If you'd like to join the Discord, the link is down below in the description. If you want to get involved in some of these battles yourself, or you just want to send in your own replays for me to then cover on the channel, or you just want to chat to a good bunch of Total War players, then feel free to join. The link is down below in the description. And here we go, the first bit of engagement that isn't actually boat on boat. It's now infantry on infantry. And we've got, I believe these are some noble, Al-Rain infantry. They're already down 60 odd men nearly. And these spears, they've got Viking band in here, we've got spears in here as well. So this is a very, very nasty assault coming on here. They're going to need some support. What is throwing? This is there's archers, elite Nubian archers here. You can see the towers are starting to land now. Not very Viking. I doubt the Vikings use many siege towers, but we don't have much of a choice. I guess we could have used ladders. Could have used ladders. There you go. Viking swords coming in. Lots of chevrons on these on these defenders. They had extra money, more money than us, because they were outnumbered. So their units may hold a little bit longer. Apparently everything's been destroyed at the moment. All I can hear is like the gates being destroyed, which they are actually. Yeah, this unit here has been beaten up as well, quite a lot. Look at the towers. This is why I hate Attila sieges. The towers just murder men. And wall has also been destroyed over here. So there is now a choke point to come through here, and you can see there is already swords streaming forward, and we have pikes. We have Viking pikes. You don't often see them. Don't think this is a worthy weapons of using if you want to go into Valhalla, chaps. Not really at all. But yes, lots of fighting going on the wall now. You can see already some breaking from some swords up here. Kushite Shotel being forced back. Swords here also nearly wiped out. So they've done a lot of damage to the spears. Spears are losing in this combat. A scenario I'd certainly like to do, if I could find like a mod that's appropriate, is the Kievan Rus like attack on Constantinople, which is around a similar time to this, like 800, and they managed to sack Constantinople. It seems like everyone at some point in history has sacked Constantinople. But yeah, as you can see here, the navy is actually moving in, and it is landing.
We have captured the gates.
And you can see the double-handed axemen now landing down here. Lots and lots of ships landing. I mean, if they get one hit, I mean, these ships are actually pretty badly burned up. This one is, yeah, how badly burned is this ship, or can I not see? I think I can see. Yeah, that's a shame. If it's landed, you can't see the damage of it, and because obviously then on the unit, that's annoying. But a lot of these units, ships are getting hit, like as they come in. Yeah, he's now firing on them now with a catapult. It's all well and good, but like the units are getting off the ships. He did miss with that one, luckily. But as you can see here, the axes can just go straight up here if they wanted to. They're actually, oh, that was a nice hit, to be fair, though. That's just killed like a bunch of infantry. And there is swords down here waiting to face the berserkers. Don't know if the berserkers were really ready for this, but they're going in now here. Again, I don't feel like they're ready. Who knows? There's a lot of swords and stuff getting stuck around a small amount of men down here. Maybe this is like the plan, I think, of the player. As you can see here, this catapult basically now is able to just hit all of these. I was playing as the Viking fleet, but unfortunately I dropped. So this is just AI at this point. Oh, but look at that! Look at that for a volley! That has just destroyed both friend and foe. That is a nasty, nasty volley. But there you go, that's routed the swords. That's actually kind of saved the Vikings, because they were taking a lot of hits there from artillery. But they are getting... Is it explosive ammo? I think they might be using explosive ammo. They're hitting a lot of Vikings. You can see they're already going in over here as well, also fighting down some noble Alrain. Going in with their double-handed axes. They're going to be very vulnerable to archers. Got to remember that. Over on this side, you can see the Vikings actually forcing back the Muslims. They're retreating. They're getting cut down as it happens as well. Better just stand and fight. And then we have cavalry over here. We actually have a cavalry charge that's taking place. I think it did a lot of damage to some of these swords here. You see the cavalry coming in. They're going to now go and fight each other. I mean, I would imagine the Vikings will win this because they can bring their infantry up. While, I mean, the Muslims could as well, but I feel like they're on the general retreat. This Shotel cavalry should do okay, I would have thought. They've got the nasty, sort of curved sword that they do in Rome too. Very, very nasty. There's actually still some of them on this wall. They're actually winning this fight as well. They are nasty. These guys are really, really nasty. You can see that now the Viking army is streaming through. We've got more cavalry over here holding the back. It's literally cavalry holding back this army in two little spots. Because everything else now for the Muslims has fallen back to this city over here. As you can see, you've got more forces now coming down to contest the Vikings that are just landing still. They're still landing, which shows the size of this army. Yes, in history, this was a Viking defeat actually, and they lost around 1,000 men according to the Muslim sources. They're the only sources really, the Muslim sources. There were 16,000 Vikings, and 1,000 were lost or captured by the Muslims. But I would have thought even if they lost, it's still an ever-present threat at the Vikings just there. Like, you always be waking up every morning and you're thinking, oh, am I going to see those longboats on the horizon once again? Which was how it was for a long period. Like, the Vikings are just like the greatest fear throughout Europe. And beyond, really. Obviously, like, the Rus Vikings. There's a lot of routing going on here, though. Berserk is starting to break. And, like, the Vikings obviously were in Constantinople as well as the Varangian Guard. They traded as far as Kazakhstan, they found. Like, Viking coins and Viking, like, objects in Kazakhstan, which is mad to think that they got that far. If you know where Kazakhstan is in the world, if you don't, give it a Google. And then you'll know how far they got. It's not even any like sea near it. I mean, it's got, I think it borders the Caspian Sea. That's a lake. That's just a big lake. So that shows like how insane like the Vikings were like in their travels. The show tells here actually one on the wall and now trying to get off. Probably it was safer to stay on the wall. But the city's on fire now. At 17%. It's quite considerable. It's doing -3 morale to all the defenders right now. See the artillery coming in. This artillery is probably getting some insane kills. I mean, that one kind of missed. It needs to be careful it doesn't burn its own city to the ground. This is where most of the fighting's going on now. In this this choke point here. There's just so much Viking. I mean, this is all AI that's like controlling it. So the AI is just like, just send it in. But in all honesty, it'd probably be the same as if you weren't AI. Like, what can you do as this? I mean, as a player, I'd probably be thinking I can get units around here, and I can get up here. But really, you're docking, and then like how the Muslim player set up, you would be forced to either have your men just stand here or go into combat and try and break through. But numbers is never a good idea to just like this big blob. That's just not a good idea. Archers and artillery will thrive off that. Never do that really. As you can see now, we have cavalry up here. This is melee cavalry. They probably didn't get the greatest of charges. Seem to do a decent amount of damage, but nothing like insane. But this Viking, yeah, this Viking cav probably wants to get out of combat. It's not going to last long. I mean, I think they're only holding up until the Viking band arrive. I don't know. But really, this unit here should really have fallen back because it can just get flanked here. Like, you can come this pathway, then you can flank it. Which you can see now the players are doing over here, the armies, the land armies are doing. The Viking pikes are starting to arrive. And there's more combat going on over here in this street. What have we got here? We've got some Viking band in here and all other stuff. Hold the line, boys. Don't let these savages in. All they're here for is our women and our gold. Pike's now coming up.
Has fallen. Good news.
Yeah, then the pike's gonna force back this line. That's probably that combat's lost now because there's no way. They can't, like, they've got nothing to combat that unless they get archers up, which they have all their archers over here at the moment, focused on all the like the naval units here. This barricade, I just realised, has been destroyed at some point. Did not see that when that happened. Apparently settlements in ruin. It's at 36% damage, yeah. And it's still catching a light. I don't know really how. I mean, there is artillery actually still firing off. And that's trying to hit all of this back here. So they're also shooting at blobs. And they're also just setting alight the city. I mean, unintentionally, but the Vikings don't care. They just want to burn stuff. Burn and raid. Having to send in archers now, looks like. Elite Nubian archers going in. They still had a little bit of ammo. I would have probably wanted to use that. See, cavalry here. This cavalry could now just run straight up this hill if it wants to. All it's got to face is archers. They have a good chance of that. You can see swords flanked around and managed to kill this noble Alrain unit here. We now have Sinai here holding the line.
The enemy are losing their advantage.
This is actually a weaker sword unit. I don't know why they didn't throw this in first. This is one of the weaker sword units I've seen. The Shotel and the Noble Alrain are the most elite units. The Sinai is pretty poor in comparison, though it has got a lot of chevrons. They are still getting shot down by these axes. And unfortunately, that's just the case with the Muslims. They don't have any axes to compete with the Vikings. They've done a lot of damage to this Viking army over here. They've killed over about 4,000, and I imagine most of this 4,000 is of this Viking army here, the navy, to be precise. And as you can see, there is a lot of routing going on now, a lot of retreating as well. The Sinai is trying to get out of here. They've broken through here. They're about to break through over here. Yeah, the archer's now gone. There's no way to compete with those pikes. And now the last sort of combat is going on over here. As you can see, we've got Vikings coming up now. We've got some of these Huskarls. These Huskarls are nasty. Actually, are serious. These are the most elite axes available to the Vikings.
The enemy's tower has been destroyed.
These archers are desperately holding on with their little knives, just stabbing at the horses. Desperately want to try and get through, but they are losing. They still have ammo as well. It's a real shame. The general's in here. He's a desert chieftain. He's soon to be no longer a chieftain, and he's not even in the desert. There you go. I think a general is dead. Oh no, that's the one over here. That was the caliph. That was the you could say like the lord of this city. He is dead. This city's devastated by the siege. 61% damage. This city is like under fire so much. I don't know if like the Vikings are purposely doing it. Yeah, I think they're purposely trying to destroy the village. Burn this church to the ground, which I don't know why this is here, because it should be a mosque. There you go. That's just Attila for you. And there you go. We got a Pyrrhic victory for the Vikings. I think it was more of a close victory. But there you go. That's just how it is. They certainly lost a lot of like my army when it got like turned into like AI. But yeah, we got some decent kills here for like the two armies. It was quite fun to see like a little naval combat take place, for sure. But yeah, so we got Mythic here who's playing as the as Yotar, which is like this faction with these really nice Huskarls. They did some pretty good kills. Still a lot of health left. I mean, didn't have like anything insanely good. I mean, his swords here get 102. His Viking band 95, his Huskarls 138, 149. My army, yeah, nothing like amazing again because, well, it was just starting to get controlled by AI. I mean, 131 kills, 121's not bad. 163, 204 actually. Yeah, there's some good stuff. There's some pretty good kills, but nothing like insane. And we have Sacheks here. His cavalry got 192 kills. It's very good. His Viking band 144. His swords 129. And 124 for his berserkers here. So some pretty good kills as well. Then we have Jan, who is playing as one of the defenders. His swords did okay, getting 101 here with the Shotel. His archers getting 174, 145 with the Sinai there. Then we have Hairy Cabbage, 2008, who was playing as the other Arab defender, and his army, his noble Rarain here, getting 103 kills. His elite Nubian archers, 223, 264. I'm sure they were all on my infantry that was massing up. His cav getting 143 kills and 107 and 193 kills with a large onager. I'm surprised he brought so much cav. Thought he might bring a bit more infantry to hold the line. But some of the cav did really, really well, actually, to be fair. So kudos to him for bringing it. But there you go, guys. That was the Viking sacking of Seville. In history, it was a defeat for the Vikings. But today we have changed history. And the Vikings will now be able to plunder and enrich themselves even more as they carry on through the Mediterranean. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show your support. Don't forget to join the Discord if you'd like to get involved in some Total War action with myself. And until next time, Legionnaires, I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.